What's up guys, my name is Alan and welcome to my channel Alan Architectural. So in this video we're going to be talking about some 5 tricks or some 5 hacks that are really going to make your life very easy in Revit. Alright, so without wasting much time, let's just get started. Now the first trick we are going to talk about in this video is what I call the space bar and follow trick. Alright, so very funny name, the space bar and follow trick. Now maybe some people have come across this trick and some might not, so just pay attention to whatever we are going to do in here now. So now this is just a round table I have in here, and I'm just going to place a chair right beside it. Okay, so I'm going to copy, let me just place this chair. I'm going to copy this chair, so I'm going to select that chair and then I'm going to click on CS to create similar of that particular chair right there. Now you will notice when you hit the space bar, this chair turns at right angles. All right, it turns at right angles. Anything you pick. Now let me just pick any other thing again. Let me see what I can pick. Let me create similar of that, this drawer right here, and then hit the space bar. When you hit the space bar, you are going to notice that item turns at different right angles. All right, it turns at right angles, right angles, right angles, right angles, right angles. All right, now let's say I want to place that chair and I want that chair to align in some sort of like to rotate along this chair, to rotate just along this table, sorry, to rotate along this table right here. All right, so I'm going to go back and then I'm going to select the chair and then I'm going to hit CS. Now what you are going to want to do is place your mouse pointer on the edge of the item you want that chair to follow. Now hit the space bar, hit the space bar, hit the space bar, in the sense that you see the chair is facing away. Where you're going to sit is rather facing right away from the chair. So just hit the space bar, hit the space bar. Now it looks like it's in there. So now anywhere you move your chair, all right, anywhere you move your chair, you're going to notice it's going to follow along that table, along that round edge right there. So I can now place it. Let's say I want to place it in this direction instead of me placing it in right angles. All right, in the 90 form, in the 90 degrees. Now it's kind of like rotating along the table right here, and then I can just leave it right here. I can, and you notice it's still, that command is still in there, and then I can also leave one also in here. Now this trick happens when you can also use it for your door. You notice when I click on the door and then I hit the space bar, it's going to follow in that angle right there. So you wouldn't have to now go and place a chair there. You wouldn't have to now just go and place a chair in here, and then you are going to go into your modify tab, and then you are going to rotate that chair right there. It's going to be a lot of work. All right, you're going to rotate the chair to follow along. No. So this is very simple and very fast. You just have to just select that item, and then you just have to move your mouse pointer, and then you have to place it on that edge, on the edge of the item you want it to follow, and then it's pretty much just going to follow that shape or that sphere we have in there. So now that's for the first trick in Revit. Now the second trick, you guys, I'm going to teach you guys is the snapping tools. All right, most people don't make use of these snapping tools in Revit. They are very efficient and very simple to use. All right, so I'm going to make use of the snap tool right now. So now I'm going to draw a line. Let's say I have a line, and then I have this line right here. All right, I have a line right here, and then I want that line to move to the edge. Let's say I want the line, I just want to find an item I'm going to use for the demonstration of this video. Now let's say I want this line. All right, let's say I'm drawing a line, and then I want this line to move. Now you can notice that it's not moving to the edge right there. It's not finding the midpoint. It's making it difficult for me to find the midpoint. So now what you're going to do is you're just going to hit the first command. You just have to hit your first command, which is S on the keyboard. When you hit the S on your keyboard, all right, now the next letter you are going to click is what is going, the next letter you are going to hit on is what is going to show that you have entered those two, that two right there. So now there are three types. We have snapping at endpoints, snapping at midpoints as well. We are, yeah, there's two types. We have the snapping at endpoints, snapping at midpoints, and there are other types, but these are the main types I normally use. So I'm going to hit E, all right, snap at endpoint. Now you're going to know this is snapping just at the endpoint right there. It's snapping just at the endpoint. So if it's not snapping at the endpoint, you can just hit it again, snap at endpoint, and then you can see it has changed. It has moved into the endpoint right there. Now let's say I want to snap it at the midpoint. I just have to hit SM, and then you can see it snaps at the midpoint. It snaps at the midpoint right there. You can see it's no longer snapping at the edge. So when I hit SE, you can notice it snaps at the edge now. So that's basically just another trick you guys can use in Revit as well. Now we are moving on to the next trick. The next trick is the filter tool. All right, so this is how it works. So you can equally just select everything you have in there in Revit, and then you just hit your filter tool, and then you can just click on check none. So let's say I want to select only all my doors in Revit. So I just have to hit on my doors and then hit on OK, and then you can see it selects my doors, every single door I have in there, instead of me now going to hold my control tab and then clicking on each and every door one at a time, clicking on the doors one at a time. I can just select everything. Now another thing you can also do, but then this one is only going to work for the type family. All right, I can select this door, and then I can just right click on that, and then I can move to select all instances. Oh no, I'm not going to move to select all instances. Okay, I'm going to move to select all instances, and then I can move to visible in view or entire project. All right, or the entire project. We are not going to do that. We are going to select all instances visible in view. Now when you select all instances visible in view, you can notice that one is they are all doors actually, but then it's selecting the type family, that particular type of family that is visible in the view. You can see that same door is selected over here as well, and then the other side is also selected as well. So it's selecting only the type family, but if you want to select everything about doors, you would have to select the entire work and then you filter it out. All right, so now we are going to move to our fourth trick in Revit, which is the triangulation measure. All right, now in architecture school I had some difficulty. I didn't know Revit didn't have a dimension tool, unlike AutoCAD where you can dimension diagonally. All right, it doesn't have that in there where we can dimension diagonally to find the inclined dimension from this wall to the edge of this wall right here for setting out purposes. So this is how we go about it. You can just draw a line. So I'm just going to hit the shortcut DL, and then I'm going to draw a line from that edge to this edge as well. Now when you do that, you can just click on the line. When you click on the line, you're going to have this sort of like a dimension tool right here. You can click on it, and then when you click on it, you can just hit on it, and then when you click on any space on your keyboard, you're going to see that dimension is in there, and then you can move it onto that line right there. You can move it to fit exactly on that line. You can move it onto that line exactly to be on that line, and then there we go. So we now have an inclined dimension for our building. So this is how we go about making diagonal dimensions in Revit. Is very, very simple. Since Revit doesn't have a tool where we can just go in there and then we can just select a diagonal dimension, unlike AutoCAD where we can just go select and then it gives us the inclined dimension. Nope. So with Revit, you just have to draw a line and then you just select it, and then it's going to give you that dimension right there, and then you can just equally move it onto the line to fit exactly there for it to look like the dimension, which is quite simple and easy. So without wasting much time, we are going to go to our last and final trick in Revit, which is the invincible line. All right, so I'm going to go into my 3D view right now. I'm going to go into my 3D view. So we are going to use the invincible line right here. So now most people forget when you are in your elevation view and then you have some sort of like the wall showing a line. All right, it's going to show a line dividing the entire building, showing the level, and you don't want that line to show. All right, so this is how you go about it. You go into your modify tab. Now you want to pay attention to this tab right here, this small liney teeny tiny line work tool right here. So you just have to click on that. When you click on that, you're going to have line styles. All right, you can just click on that drop down menu right there, and then you're going to want to find your invincible line. All right, so when you find your invincible line, you can just click on it and then it's selected, so we can erase that line right there. Now you can see that line is off. It's making our building look weird. I'm going to bring that line back. It's making our building. I'm going to hit the escape key. So you see we have erased that line from that tab right there, which is no longer showing. So it looks like there's no line in here. It makes it look like that means this place is going to be like a round form. Nope, I'm going to bring it back. Just Ctrl Z to bring it back. So that is how you can erase or use your invincible line work to erase those lines that is showing on the wall. All right, that is showing the division on the wall. When you go into, let me go into the south elevation, you're going to see that a line is going to, let me pull this elevation markers back a little bit. Let me pull them back. This elevation markers, let me pull them back. Oh, okay. So you're going to see this line that is dividing the wall, and we don't want it to show in here, so we just have to click on this line, and then we move into the invincible line, and then we just click on it, and it goes. And then we click on this, it goes. Click on it as well, click on this one as well. Now you can see we no longer have that line in there. We no longer have that line, which is very beautiful, very fast. So this is how you use your invincible, this line work, to clean all those lines in Revit. You can probably clean anything, even on plan as well. You can use that to clean absolutely anything in Revit. Now I hope you guys find these tricks or these tips very useful in Revit. You can drop a comment in the comment section as well. Maybe if you found a new trick, so we can all share that trick together. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to my video. Peace out.
She hold it down, make her trust them, yeah. My girl, tell it, she run down, make some